Hello and welcome back. This is the Gamer 2.0, and last time we were here at Alpha Protocol, I was doing a whole bunch of training missions. I failed quite a few times at them. However, I ultimately got all these side missions, and so we're going to go ahead and see if I can't complete this last one. So the last one is to break in here and head back to the clinic area and see if I can't collect some information for the analyst that's over in the espionage side. So I'm gonna go ahead, just kind of sneak up behind this one guard. It looks like it's only him. There's no cameras around. Quick takedown. And I'm sure he's okay. Alright, so it looks like I saw some items over here that I can pick up. Yeah, it looks like I've got a briefcase with the dossier in it. Alright. Let's check over on this side too, see if there's anything. Oh, another dossier. Alright, looks good. Alright, so let's go ahead and head into the next area. And looks like there's a camera. Looks like it just went away, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't quickly get by it. Yeah, and I did. Let's go ahead and head on up the stairs. Again, I do apologize about the jankiness of the character, just because for some reason it looks like my controller does have a little bit of drift on it or something. And it looks like we have that one guard over there, and it looks like the other guard that I knocked out before is still not around. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't just quickly and quietly get up behind him and take him out. Good old-fashioned karate chop to the throat. And I love how they just have like just one random PC here, and like everything else is like built into the desk, but they've just got one random PC just kind of sitting here for that guard to use. Alright, so let's go ahead, head on over to the next area, just making sure there's no camera cones around. So it looks like we're in the clear. I'm going to go ahead and continue on heading in this direction. Let's see, what do we got in here? Looks like the cameras are all saying that it's pretty much clear. So let's go ahead, open this door. Oh, we got a guard. That startled me a little bit. Go ahead, take him out. Another throat chop. Alright. It looks like the information is right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, just quickly sneak on in here, pick up the item. Oh, looks like we got another briefcase. Is that another dossier? Yes, it is. So it's information about Alpha Protocol itself. Alright, looks good. And should be good to head right back. Let's see here. Alright, looks like we're still in the clear. No fresh guards. Looks like down there is still clear. Alright. Looks good, so let's go ahead, just kind of continue on. Camera passed by. Head on in here. It looks like we got a brand new guard. Alright. Looks like he's heading into the door. And unfortunately for him, no witnesses. Alright, so it looks like we should be in the clear.
Area's off limits. Use your PDA if you're turned around.
Yeah, your friend that just went in there, he's fine. Alright, so let's see if we can't head back to the analyst and see what he has to say now that that's completed. Hopefully we get something good.
Did you do as I asked?
Got the data, no problem.
I'll download it from your PDA. Were you seen?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, well, then that'll have to be sufficient.
Now that you have this file, anything you can tell me about my real assignment?
You're going to the Middle East to recover stolen prototype missile technology. Your probability of success is in the lower 20th percentile.
Wait, I'm going to the Middle East?
I've downloaded intel onto your PDA. That should prove useful when you reach your destination.
That intel you gave me, why wouldn't I have that already if I'm going on the mission?
That is a good question, Agent. I would find an answer to it when you can. If not here, then in Saudi Arabia.
I don't like the sound of that.
Good.
So when am I shipping out?
After you finish your orientation with Westridge, it's customary for him to outline, in his slow and plodding way, his expectations for you. Then he'll send you to fetch, like a good dog.
I'm not sure I like that comparison.
Yeah, well, none of us do, Agent. But such is the nature of the kennel you've been put in. Was there anything else?
What do you actually do here?
My primary role is intelligence analysis, but at times I serve as a handler during sensitive missions.
So you've been on a lot of Alpha Protocol ops.
Key ones, yes. I was involved in the events leading up to your assignment, in fact.
How?
I took on the role of a contractor, an accountant. Money is one of the easiest ways to track events. It often leaves the best fingerprints.
So you're a spy?
I'm an observer. I rarely take action. But the smallest event, if analyzed incorrectly or acted on improperly, could have great repercussions. And that's where I come in, to interpret events.
Like butterfly wings sparking a tornado? That kind of thing?
Spare me the butterfly cliché. Guerrilla actions, nuclear tests, exposing a corrupt politician, a rise in grain prices, and... yes, the downing of an airliner in the Middle East. All of these things have the potential to create larger catastrophes.
Okay.
Controlling the repercussions of these events, getting agents the information they need to put fires out before they rage out of control, that is my job.
So when I'm in the field, my orders come from you, or another analyst. My job is, what, to listen?
Yes, it's a numbers game. But decisions must be made quickly. If the decisions are solely reactive or passive, well, then you operate at a disadvantage.
So sometimes you create events.
For political equilibrium, yes, at times. At other times, to give America an economic advantage.
I thought we were mostly mission-driven.
We are. But even you will see the effect that even seemingly minor interactions have on the structure of a mission. Carry the logic one step up, and it shouldn't be hard for you to grasp.
That's all I wanted to ask. Hope I didn't take up much of your time.
You did, but it was productive, I hope. Agents rarely take the time to listen to an analyst's perspective.
Alright, so it looks like we got that one done. I think that should be everything that I need to do in here. So I need to return to the interrogation room. So I did level up. So I'm just going to check my key bindings. Well, it looks like since I've got it locked to an Xbox controller. Under service records? Yeah, it is. Alright, so I've got 13 points. So let me see here. So... Alright. So yeah, so I'm going to increase my stealth again. So awareness is pretty good because that's going to increase my ability to detect where enemies are at. Go ahead and take another point into sabotage as well. And I won't need to have improved health if I never get seen. So let's see here. Yeah, so I think if I remember correctly, all these grayed out skills are because I don't have a specialization in them because I'm just a recruit. When you have like specific backgrounds, such as like the operative, I think he also gets like access to all the stealth abilities. But as recruit, I don't think you get the second or the last layer. I don't remember. It's been 10 years since I played this game, but I think it is where like you don't get like the last set of abilities here. But then when you play like the veteran basically, you start with a whole bunch of points at the beginning, and then you also get access to all the max level abilities, I believe, like right off the bat. That's if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure, and hopefully playing through the game a little bit more, we'll be able to kind of see where we're at. So, not sure if I want to get more sabotage, or if I want to just kind of hold the points now for another point of stealth. Because the silent running is actually a pretty good ability. And yeah, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. Confirm the changes. And let's see what else we have up here. So I've got the green, which is an additional 2 AP. The aggressive, cage match, betting man, and custodial work. So 5% intel discount, that's pretty good. 5% gadget discount, that's pretty good. And 5% weaponry discount. Okay, so all that stuff is actually pretty good for the next mission. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead, head back into the interrogation room.
You guys must have spent a fortune on the TVs in this place.
You all done?
You tell me.
Now you're learning. I have to admit I was worried whether we'd be able to keep you here after you woke up in medical. You gave our staff a run for its money.
I gave it my best, and so did they.
Fair enough. It'll be a good excuse to up the morning drills around here. Looks like you did well on the tech portion of the test. Very well. Past Darcy's bitching, there's some real compliments in here if you look at the numbers. Mina's report on your weapon skill was impressive. In fact, I think you outperformed many of the guards, and it's your first day.
She's a good teacher.
She is, and she has a good eye for potential. I'll let her know your opinion. And here's a surprise, a positive evaluation from Parker. On the number side as usual, but he actually took the time to write a sentence.
He did. What was the sentence?
You may have been right about this one, Westridge. For Parker, that's high praise. Assuming you don't let us down, Mike. Looks like that's it for the physical evaluation. Now for the hard part. Tell me why you're here. Not everyone gets chosen for this line of work, but you volunteered. Usually we have to ask.
I want to serve my country.
And you think by being assigned here is the best way to do that?
Give me a mission and I'll prove it.
What makes you think you're ready? Because I tell you, we get a lot of recruits in here, and you're not convincing me.
I get an opinion? Or is that a rhetorical question?
All right, let me be more specific. Beyond the guns, tech, and sneaking around in the dark, there's one last part of this job that nobody else here quite gets.
I'm listening.
Good, because listening is a large part of it. The way you talk to people, your attitude. That's what we're going to discuss now.
I'm not sure I understand. Is there something wrong with how I deal with people?
No, believe it or not, you're not here because you're a people person. You're here because your psych profile says you're skilled at manipulating others.
Was that a compliment?
You'll see. The way you project yourself definitely affects what people think of you, and your reputation with them.
And if I want to impress them?
You don't always want to or need to. Having a good or bad rep with someone can actually gain you different benefits. Sometimes you want to piss someone off, so they can't think straight. Other times you want to build a strong rapport with someone and talk your way out of a bad situation. All depends on your objective. This goes for your handlers as well. We're going to be sending you into a lot of dangerous places, and your only backup is going to be who you're talking to on your headset. How you treat them is going to have an effect on the success of your mission.
So if I piss them off, I'm screwed?
No. A handler that likes you too much and puts emotions before the mission can be just as dangerous as one who resents you.
This is a long way of telling me that I should just act the way I want? And if I compromise an asset in the field by choosing the wrong path?
No, again, there are no bad choices, just results. Over time, folks may hear about you and your attitude before they meet you. They may have a preconceived notion of how you're going to treat them, which can affect their reaction.
Well, maybe they should take the time to know the real me.
If only. Time's something no one seems to be able to spare, especially during a conversation. Although that can be a plus.
If I need a breather to assess the situation, right?
The clock doesn't stop when you're speaking to someone. So if you need to get your second win before a fight, making small talk can buy you time.
But if I'm running on adrenaline, won't chatting take me off my guard?
It can. So if you need to get to the point, act instead of fight. For example, if you don't think I have any more to teach you, then you could just say, I'm done with this. I wouldn't think any less of you. You seem to have the basics down.
And if they're a target, why talk to them at all?
Sometimes it is better if you shoot first. Still, approaching someone to talk to them can allow you to get the drop on them if you get close enough to strike. Use it if you have to, if the conversation isn't going your way. Assuming there's even a way you want the conversation to go.
So how do I know how someone wants to be treated? At least enough to cooperate.
If that's what you want to do, pay attention to the clues in your environment. Sometimes people will have advice, and intel can help. But there's another way. Read much?
Well, I read the recruiting pamphlet. Got me this far.
There's a host of information out there through dossiers, email, and other documents that represent total research others have collected on a target, organization, or operation.
And what does that get me, exactly?
Sometimes you'll spot obvious triggers. People who don't respond well to smartasses, like me. Others who respect loyalty, duty, a professional approach. Others who don't have time for bullshit, and like it when you get to the point. But dossiers just don't contain psych information. They'll usually have combat information on your target as well. What side they favor, any past injuries, common weapons or tactics they use. Some of it blunt, some of it subtle. But if push comes to shove, it can give you an edge in combat. The more you've done your homework, the more vulnerable they'll be.
So when the guns come out, the dossier can come into play. Have you read mine?
Several times.
You have dossiers on everyone here?
Yep, if you can dig them up. You might learn a few things. Sometimes reading a dossier will give you more options when dealing with others. A few facts to bring up, to shake secrets loose.
What about you?
You should already know what makes me happy, Mike, and what pisses me off.
How do I know when I have the go-ahead to start accessing files?
After meeting a target or hearing their name referenced by someone else, you should have a target ID. Then hop onto the database and start doing your homework. You can usually unlock their basic information at that point. Let's start with a simple one. Al-Samad. That should be familiar to you.
The terrorist group.
Yes, you can research groups as well as people. It doesn't carry the same benefits, but it can provide useful intel in the field. Talking to people about others is a good way to help gain dossier information. Sometimes people will have information on someone that can unlock a brand new thread in your computer search.
Okay, so I've suffered through your interrogation and know how to give one if need be. Am I ready or not?
We'll see. Meet me in the command center, and I can give you a proper mission briefing.
Good, because I'm sick of this room.
Trust me, Mike. If it was up to me, you'd never see this interrogation cell again. Recognize him?
That's Sheikh Ali Shahid, the voice of Al-Samad. They say he was responsible for shooting down that airliner in the Middle East.
Yeah, he got his hands on some prototype Halbeck technology. A missile with a multi-stage targeting system called Jacob's Ladder. That airliner was his first target.
But how did Shahid get his hands on that missile?
Missiles. He's got more. He stole them from Halbeck, and we need them back before he gets any more trigger-happy. then we want you to kill him.
Understood. But if the opportunity presents itself, should I take him alive?
If you can. Either way, we want him out of the picture and away from any more taped broadcasts.
If I can bring him back here, I will.
All right, then, pack your gear. You're heading to Saudi Arabia.
Not coming with me?
I'll be there in spirit, and on video and radio when needed, Agent.
And I just got here. Oh, well, I'm gonna miss this place.
I doubt it. I'll contact you when you reach Saudi Arabia.
Alright. So it looks like we've gotten all the objectives completed for that area, including all the bonus objectives. Alright, and then total medical bills is at $47,499. That's not too bad.
Care to explain how Halbeck lost its missiles?
Old news. An accounting error.
The missiles. You didn't lose them, did you?
Angry, Mr. Thornton? Because of what happened in Saudi Arabia.
Mike, can you read me? I'm getting lots of interference.
I made it to Saudi Arabia, sir. I'm at the safe house.
I guessed that much. See any shadowy agents in trench coats at the airport?
No, sir, I don't think so.
That was a joke, Mike. But stay on your toes anyway. Finding Shahid is your primary objective. Trouble is, we don't know his location. But we have 3 leads. An arms dealer, Nasri, is believed to have sold the missiles to Shahid, and he's currently operating in Saudi Arabia. If you can intercept him, maybe he can tell you where Shahid is, or guide you to the missiles.
Do we have anything else on Nasri?
Nothing more than what's in his dossier. If you can manage to make any contacts and find out more, we'd welcome it. We also tracked down the location of an airfield Shahid used in the past. If you can sneak in and plant a listening device, we may be able to track flight Shahid is using to move through Saudi Arabia.
And the third lead?
We've got the coordinates of an Al-Samad detention camp, also used as a stockpile for weapons. We suspect the missiles may be stored there.
Is there any way to be sure the missiles are there?
Not at this time. The area is dug into the side of a canyon, and getting reliable satellite imagery when sandstorms aren't blowing has been almost impossible. We'll want you to go in alone, recon the area, and shut down their radar and communications. Once that's down, we can call in air support and hit the camp hard.
No pressure.
And no backup. Get used to it. It's the job. You check out your new home yet? It's got some perks you might be interested in.
Full security system?
A computer with a hub connection so fast you'll feel like you're going back in time.
What, to the Stone Age? Please.
You can do dossier research, encrypted emails, and if need be, access some of the weapons dealers in the area. That'll be done on your own dime, however, using whatever funds you can find in Saudi Arabia.
I understand, sir. We wouldn't want Alpha Protocol tied to any weapons trafficking in the Middle East.
Exactly. There's also a weapons locker in the main living area. Open it up, help yourself, but use the ammo and armor you think suits the mission. When you're ready to head out, just use the front door, or access the missions from the main terminal. I'll have already uploaded all the mission specs to your PDA. You can review them at any time.
Alright, so is that it? Westridge. Great. Home sweet home.
Alright. So it looks like we got ourselves a sweet little safe house with some nice weaponry. So let's see here. See, I'm just going to stick with the casual attire, because if we go with the Interceptor body armor, that is pretty high on the endurance, but that really reduces the sound dampening, whereas the casual attire is a lot better for that. So let's see here. So I think I'm gonna stick with the SMG. Or no, let's switch over to the AR and keep the handgun. Throw a silencer on there. Laser sight should help. And let's see what we got for the scope. That's actually pretty good. Alright, so that should be everything. And then gadgets. Explosive grenade. Alright, so that looks like that's all I'm gonna get. Alright. So, let's go ahead and we can check our computer. And see what... Let's see what I can get. Alright, so in my email, got something from Mina, which is some nice money there. And another one from Mina. Alright, go ahead and write a reply. Just leave it as professional. Then we got some stuff from Sean. Alright. And let's do some shopping. So, although I'm not really going to be trying to use a lot of like firearms, it's just kind of nice to have a decent like set of upgraded weaponry, just in case like I have to like fight my way out of a situation. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I've got any like type of suppressors or anything for the other weapons, so it'd pretty much just be mainly utilizing my handgun for most situations. And let's see here, what do we got for armors? Oh, we got some decent stuff here. Then looks like we got a couple of extra side pieces of information that we can purchase. Alright, so let's go ahead and just start buying all of this stuff, because I'm going to want to get basically as much as I possibly can. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for now. And so I actually really like how this game kind of gives you the ability to really like look up your targets before you actually go and find them. So in here, let's see, under the intel, and then you can look at the individual dossiers. And this kind of gives us like the basic information about the character, and then as you collect more and more information on them, you'll actually get, well, more and more dossier information on them. You'll actually get more and more added to the end of their listing. And this also tells you like how old they are, like what your reputation with them is, and everything. So let's see here. Alright, And then we also have the factional as well. And going through and reading through these actually kind of gives you a little bit more information about kind of what each character likes, what they dislike, how you should kind of respond to them and things like that. So alright, so I think that should be good to go. Alright, so it looks like we might be able to head straight out onto our mission, and we'll do that on the next episode. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming by. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you so choose, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next time.